Hi guys, welcome to another video from Outback Gaming, and today we're taking a look at Mad Max. So Mad Max released in 2015, but it's a game that I've always liked but never really finished. So I sat down over the weekend and finished the damn thing and had a great time with it. It's always for me been a really sort of one of those games that's incredible but was so underappreciated at the time. When it came out, reviews were mixed. Nowadays on Steam it's sat at very positive, so make of that what you will. It runs pretty much flawlessly, as you would hope on a game, you know, 7 years? No, God, 11 years old. My God, I'm so old. Jesus Christ. So you play the titular Max Rokitansky. Obviously this is not based on any of the movies, it's set in the universe, so the character history is mostly untouched. I'm not massively familiar with all the Mad Max movies. I have seen them all, but certainly I have not watched the first Mad Max in quite a few years. So if I get any of the lore wrong, you know, that's why. So the game starts off with you having a big fight with this warlord, leaving him with a chainsaw embedded in his head, and then getting robbed of your precious interceptor from the movie. So that's gone, and you're rescued by this disfigured, squatty, punchback kind of guy called Chum Bucket. And you also have managed to make friends with the warlord's dog, Dinky D. Yeah, it's an Australian name. They can't even say data right. What do you expect? And he nudges you back to health and reveals that he's got the frame of a car called the Opus Magnum, which he is dreaming of building into this avenging angel of an automobile that will wreck everything before it. And so the game ensues with Max obviously trying to survive and get his shit back. And it just does everything wonderfully well. Even now, like 11 years later, graphically it still looks amazing. And that's just generally due to the art design, the way they've implemented the desert. The character models up close, you know, nothing to write home about, but it was good for the time, certainly. But the environmentals are still top notch, in my opinion, even without ray tracing and any of that rubbish. The main thrust of the game is driving about the place. There is vehicular combat. You can sideswipe people or use weapons that you have equipped on the Magnus Opum, such as grinders that are on your wheels, so you can just sort of push against other vehicles to damage them. You can put boarding spikes on it, so if people try and jump on your car, you can just use that. And you'll get other weapons as well, like you start with a reusable harpoon, which you can upgrade to make it stronger, so you can pull different bits of cars off. Once you've sort of got it to the point where you can pull wheels off, it does make the vehicle combat quite easy. And then you get thunderpoons as well, which are harpoons that explode basically, which are super powerful and will take out a car in one shot. But obviously Max can't hold a lot of ammo, and the ammo he does have is quite limited, even on your standard shotgun, which is his main weapon, which also can be upgraded. You can upgrade your ammo as well, capacity I should say. But it's all very nicely done. You pick up scrap as the main form of upgrading, but for certain things you will need additional parts or to level up to a certain point, which will then unlock it, or indeed to reach certain beats in the story. Like the Magnus opening starts out with a V6 and Max is not happy. He wants a V8, baby. And you find out where there is one, and you spend a good deal of the game getting to that location to win it in a race. So, and even then, there's a whole bunch of upgrades that you can do the V8 once you got it. I mean, you can already upgrade the V6. So obviously, if you upgrade the V6, it increases your acceleration. If you upgrade the exhaust, it increases your top speed. You can upgrade the armor, the ramming bars, so your rams do more damage. Your nitrous, so you get more uses out of it. You can upgrade the car body. There's a whole bunch of, there's like 5 or 6 different car bodies, and you get to choose which one you want initially. But there are certain what's called archetypes, or no, archangels, beg your pardon, which require very specific requirements in order to get, and some require certain car bodies, so you will have to go and find them, which is fine because I like having the choice personally. One thing about that really held me up, though, I was stuck on it for a while because I couldn't work out, is I had every component I needed to make the initial Archangel, the jack. And I couldn't work out why it was still asking me to go get the components for it. And then I realized I'd already upgraded the car past the sort of level of the jack, and so needed to re-equip the previous upgrades to be shitter, if you like, so I could then use the jack. That does make sense. You think you just use the jack and it would just, okay, well, I've put it to the jack's level and you're using that now. But no, I had to manually take the upgrades down before it would actually recognise, oh yeah, you've got it, well done you. It's like, thanks. So that's a bit of a negative. It is an open world game, and it does have a pretty good number of activities in it. There's camps that you have to reclaim. These are the objectives there are differently. It either features blowing up stuff, like there's transfer tanks one, which I find a pain in the ass because they're all over the damn shop. So you need to blow up a certain amount of tanks. It's just like fuel tanks. I don't know why you blow them up in this particular sort of setting rather than just capturing the base and killing everybody, but it's, that's the mission thing. And there's also like oil wells that you have to blow up as well. Again, I don't understand why you would do it in this setting, but there you go. I mean, especially as once you've cleared out the base, you take over the base and you get scrap from it on sort of a semi-regular basis. So I don't understand why you would blow up an oil well or tanks full of fuel. That strikes me as particularly not really that productive. So there's that. You can upgrade Max himself. He has you can upgrade his equipment, so you can upgrade his jacket, his knuckles, so you can have like spanners, his knuckle dusters, shit like that. His braces, which allow him to do more blocking better. Better blocking is better, obviously. Things like that. You can also unlock different looks, so you can have different hair lengths, beard lengths, whether he's wearing goggles or not, things like that. You can have like smeared face crap on him. I think the first look, the sort of standard look, is probably my favourite, though, to be honest with you. There are, in terms of the open world, as I say, there's lots to do. You can chase down convoys, and when you take down convoy leader, you get a horde ornament. Some of them have passive buffs, some of them don't. And you can put it on the front and back of the Magnus Opum, so you can have two active at any one time. He also has innate skills, which you will earn a point to put into by levelling up. And you need to go find this guy in the sort of distant parts of the Outback, and he will sort of talk to you about Matt's past in sort of a semi-mystical sense, and you'll be able to spend points in the skill tree there. That's got stuff like lower fuel consumption in your car, your weapons don't break when you use them. There are weapons in the game, but it's just like two-handed things that you pick up and then you can hit people with, so it's not anything right home about. I will get into the combat shortly. Things like that. You get more scrap from scrap sources, more food from food, water from water, things like that, and you can level those up several times over. So there's quite a lot to do. You can also get other cars as well. If you drive another car, say the bad guy's car or whatever, back to one of your hideouts, which there's like about 4 or 5 over the course of the game. It will add it to your car, and before you go out, you can pick which car you want to take, or just get straight in the Magnum Opus. The Magnum Opus is certainly the best car, but the others are useful. If it's a bad guy car, it will provide you some level of camouflage from being attacked. And there's also a second vehicle that you start off with. Well, you don't start off with, but you get right near the start of the game, which is Chumbucket's buggy. And Dinky D is in the back of it in like a hollowed out oil drum. And you drive along and he will alert you to minefields, and by watching his head and how mental he goes, you can actually detect mines and go and defuse them, which is another activity. As you complete these activities, the regional control of Scrotus, the main bad guy, yes, that's a horrible name, I agree, will lower, and you will get less patrols, shit like that going on, so it will become more calm and safer to traverse, which is handy because like the buggy that you take out to do the minefields with isn't very good in a fight at all. So it's like probably the worst vehicle in the game for fighting, so nah, we don't want to be fighting in that if we can help it. The combat on foot is Arkham style, so you have the counter and the punches, and you also have fury mode, so When it fills up to the top, it just automatically activates, and all of a sudden you're smashing people super hard. There are upgraded moves that you open up in Max's upgrade tree. This also costs scrap for some reason. I would have thought it'd be better suited to the other upgrade, but no, this costs scrap, but whatever. And it's things like it will give you different sort of fatalities, if you like. So there's one where you have them up against the wall, because it's quite well done, the dynamicness of it. Like if you're near a wall, you will sort of back them up against it and sort of start hitting them while you've got them pinned up there. And one of the moves you unlock is you hold down a tap button and you will basically slam their head into the wall and kill them. But when Fury mode's active, he will do some flashy shit. So he will like basically body slam them onto their neck and kill them. So, you know, when you see a wrestler body slam, they've usually got their hand on the back of their neck so they can pull them flat when they're pushing their legs. So they land flat on their back. No, he's just like crunch straight down. So, yeah, it's pretty brutal. And I got to be... The hand-to-hand is probably the best part of the game for me. The driving is great, but I'm not great at driving games, as we've all seen previously. But, you know, even I can do it. It's not... The driving model's good. Running across the desert is just lovely. It's just... It's not so great like in the current heat wave because it doesn't help. But, yeah, it certainly looks the part. All the dust and environmental effects are superb. It really is. Just the glint of the sun, everything like that. There are tracks that you can follow, and you'll go faster on the tracks than you would, you know, just on the open sand. But you can still go across the open sand if it's quicker if you want. But yeah, Mad Max is just... I remember the first time I heard about it was when Total Biscuit did a WTF on it, and just thought it was superb. And, you know, as soon as it came out, I bought it, and I thought it was great as well. But the one problem I have with it, and the reason I have only just completed it, is just the fact that you are doing a lot of these side activities, and while there's a fair few of them, there's not a huge amount of difference between doing one than the other. Yes, the difficulty will go up the further you get into the desert, but that's just more of like the bad guys that will be in there and how sneaky they've been hiding shit. Like there were some ones where you go in and you'll get like objectives like break Scrotus emblems or insignias or whatever they're called, which are like these fiery red skull things that are attached to walls. And sometimes you can reach them and just break them with the butt of your shotgun. Sometimes you actually have to shoot them. Other times it's a case of running around for like an hour. Well, maybe not an hour, but for longer than I would like, trying to find out where it bloody is. And, you know, there's a certain amount of scrap you need to pick up, and once you've done it, you 100% it. You can still just get control of it without 100% in it. You can just do the main objective, but there's that. And there's bad guys as well, like bosses, top dogs, I think they're called. And you go there, you fight your way through their base, and you get to the end and you need to fight the top dog. And they're all the same, they're just like different colours. So that's a bit disappointing, if I'm honest. I mean, it does give you access to like paints for your car, so you can actually not drive a car. It looks like it's made entirely of rust, but still it's like... At your various hideouts, because as you progress you will meet sort of allies that you'll be doing jobs for. And there's, as I say, there's 4 or 5 of them, and you can build upgrades into each of their bases, and it will upgrade the bases and give you benefits to it. Like there's ones where you can come back and get your car refueled, or your ammo refueled, or your health refilled, or your water canteen refilled. So it's worth doing, but all of them require scrap, and apart from scrap stockpiles, which require a lot of scrap, they require what's called project parts. Now you can go up to it and hold down A, and it will track the project parts that you need to fulfill the project on the map. So you'll then be able to set course on the map and just, you know, go and get them from the specific bases. So the bases are definitely worth doing. There's a tangible benefit there, as there is to reducing it to 0. As obviously you don't want any more hassle than you need when you're trying to, get through a savage wasteland. So there is cause for doing it, but there's so many of them, and so they're all so similar that it just becomes a bit of a slog, if I'm honest. You're trying to 100% everything. It's going to take a while, which, the gameplay's still good, so I don't have a huge problem playing this game for more. But by that point, you're just kind of like, I just kind of want something a bit different. I'm just doing another base, or pulling down another scarecrow, which is these big towers that you just either ram or use your harpoon to pull over. There are sniper towers as well. Typically when you come from a base, there will be base defenses, which will consist of snipers, sort of mortar posts, flamethrowers, things like that, which you deal with various ways, by if you got them thunderpooning the shit out of everything, or just shooting them, or ramming them, or harpooning them. Depends on what you're doing. You do have a sniper rifle of your own that you unlock relatively early, which is the absolute best way of taking down the snipers. And you get limited ammo for that, and you have to jump in the back of the car in order to use it, so it takes a little while to set up. But yeah, it's easily the best way to take out snipers, no shadow of a doubt on that one. Health is dealt with either by drinking from your canteen or by eating food. You will most likely want to drink from your canteen, as the available food is Dinky D dog food, which is actually branded Dinky D. It's not actually your dog's food that you've pinched. Or maggots, usually from like a not fresh corpse. We'll just reach in there and grab a handful and stuff it in your face. Which, valid, I suppose. If you were that or starving, it's probably a better idea than starving, but yeah, I'd rather rely on the canteen. The canteen is refillable. There are water sources available, normally just scattered around, either in a tank that's been filled up and you can just use a faucet to fill up your tank, or from like a condensation sort of rig with a hubcap as the bowl at the bottom. You just fill up from there, things like that. It's worth doing even if you're full health, because obviously you've got the drink on standby, although it is very difficult to use it during combat, because you're basically having to drink your canteen, so you have to take it out and do it, drink, and then you have to drink enough that it heals you. So it's not advisable to do in combat. Combat on lower health is a bit tricky, because you will get the prompts to counter, but sometimes you get more than one, and sometimes you don't really have a choice about getting hit. It's more about, you can roll as well, so it's more like keeping yourself out of that position in the first place than trying to counter like multiple things going on at once, because I don't think you can, or at least I've never successfully done it. But yeah, I mean, outside of the small criticisms I've had, I mean, this is a fantastic game. I would recommend it to pretty much anyone that likes Mad Max. It's very Mad Max in flavour. I know George... Fuck, I can't remember his last name. The guy that created Mad Max. George... Australian George. There you go. Close enough. I know he wasn't quite as thrilled with it as I am. He thought it could have been better. I don't know how familiar he was with video games at the time. I don't know if his expectations were unrealistic, or he was just, disappointed in the depiction of Max or something like that. I don't know. But yeah, he wasn't too fond of it at the time, and it got mixed reviews when it came out, which was an absolute travesty, and it did underperform. There was DLC done for it, and apparently it was all ready to go, and because it underperformed, Warner Brothers just shut it down and didn't release it. Which is a bastard thing to do if you've already got it. Okay, so it may have underperformed, but you're releasing fucking digital DLC. Seriously, how much could that cost you to do? It's already done. Just let us pay money for it and have it, please. That's a bit annoying. But yeah, I mean, this wasn't the first Mad Max attempt. I mean, I'm not sure if there was any come out, but certainly in recent years, just before this, there were two other games that never saw the light of day. until this one happened. And this is a great game. Have no ifs or buts about it. It's really good. As I say, it might overstay its welcome if you're trying to 100% anything, but you just concentrate on the storyline, you can get through. Albeit you will be making it harder for yourself, because you don't get all the scrap you need for your upgrades and shit like that. And some of the story stuff is gated by upgrades as well. Like you might need to upgrade your harpoon so it's stronger so you can do something. There's an early, well, relatively early instant where you need to get through the mall, which is this big fucking gate. In order to do that you need several upgrades. So it is worth your while to do the extra stuff, but you won't need to do 100% of it. I mean, I think sort of, yeah, I had it. I mean, every time I got like the Magnus Open upgrade, I was able to. I don't know whether it was just because I was being really anal on picking up everything and doing all the side bits. But every time an upgrade opened up, I was usually able to pick it up straight away. It was rare when I had to wait after it was made available to me. So we'll see. Anyway guys, that's my review of Mad Max. It is currently on Steam for £15.99 and I would highly recommend it. Obviously this is not my weekend stats, but I will tell you that I have spent 73.3 hours in the game thus far. So there you are. That's a pretty good bargain for $15.99 in my opinion. So yeah, it's great. I just saw there is DLC, but I don't think it's the story DLC that we were looking for. New DLC in store. No, there's no DLC. Oh, is that DLC I've already got? It doesn't actually. Oh, I think it's just a hood ornament that I probably got for pre-ordering or some shit. So never mind then. Ignore. But yeah, 73.3 hours for $15.99. That's a pretty good deal. I didn't get it for $15.99, but it was still a pretty good deal for me as well. It was also released on PS4 and Xbox One. It is also available on Linux and Mac OS. You aren't short of places to play this one, so go ahead and do so. Anyway, that's it for this week. Take it easy, and I'll catch you next time.